And I won't say it again. That's my complete manifesto.
Huh.
Oh, love. Oh, excellent. Good, we can get this thing on the roll. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
It was certainly was an interesting manifesto, but I have some questions.
For legal
really
reasons,
put
I can't.
the man into manifesto, didn't
For
he?
legal reasons, I can't really go into further detail on anything, so I can't really clarify.
All I'm saying is that there's a soaring lack of quality management in terrorist organizations.
Well,
Hello, everybody.
hey, welcome back to Rolling the Arse, episode 18, Dead Man's Hand. Well, last week was certainly an eventful one. Who would like to recount?
I did it last time. Somebody else can do it.
Don't jump at once now.
No, don't look at me. I'm never good at that. I'm terrible at it. I had the memory of.
I'm not good at
fish.
recounting previous events as a person who has a fucking news podcast.
Yeah, but my brain only remembers
Her
scientific
autism doesn't
information.
remember D&D. It's not
For
focused
whatever
on it.
reason.
It doesn't have skill ranks.
I don't. Yeah, my brain doesn't have skill ranks in remembering what happened last week.
So last week, I think we started out with fighting the ghouls, so like actually getting properly into fighting things. Or was it like before?
Well, it began. Yeah, it was last week was the start of the fight.
Yeah.
Fighting in the tomb.
Yes. We got into the tomb. It is so spooky, and it is indeed scary. We wiped
And there is
out
indeed
those people,
skeletons.
and indeed there's just dusted corpses in there, everywhere. So, yes, I am very good at recounting.
Positively caked in essential salts.
Yes, and now I'm just gonna skip a bit further along, since it was, I think, mostly spent us fighting the ghouls. And just doing, like, various checks, seeing and learning about this place.
We were in fact throwing hands with some Floridians.
Indeed, and then we threw weed at them. But now we have found the person that has been controlling, like, all night ghouls and the Floridians. And he kinda dusted Mark at the end, which is still very concerning.
Yeah, that's my main memory of the events that I died. It's great.
Basically, Mark went, haha, I will stab you now.
People have to stop saying stuff that invites me to stab them, like,
Yeah, come on now, why are you looking so stabbable over there? Like...
Clearly the issue is that Mark had forgotten to stay hydrated.
Mark
They finally
remembered
caught up
he's
to him.
British.
Must always stay hydrated.
Yeah. But
If
we're
you're
now...
not hydrated, you take a penalty versus disintegration. You take a -2 to the save.
Not too dissimilar from Darkson, to be honest.
But yes. And just as a note from my end, since I'm the one like that has like, all the D&D stuff open and streaming it, if there's any issues audio-wise, visual-wise, please let me know. I'll be fixing it throughout the stream. I'm on a new setup, but so far it seems to be going well. My CPU isn't at 1% even, so that's very cool.
Hell
Fine,
yeah.
guys, I'm sure it'll be a milk run.
Yeah, there's no way anything could go wrong.
Nothing can go wrong. Already fucked up the intro by opening the technical difficulty screen.
I'm sure your RAM is properly seated in your PC at the moment.
Yeah, surely my 32 gigabytes of RAM will hold up. Right, guys?
Nice.
But yes.
So that brings us up to date. As the presence of Comrade is replaced by an absolute void, crackling with green lightning, and the odor of burning ozone. You can even, as he disappears in a green flash of light, you can see as the vacuum releases from the distorted and displaced space, it wrenches the cobwebs off from the walls and jettisons them all into the middle of the room. leaving the green lightning to arc around the different filaments of spider silk and of clumped up dust. And you're left staring at that again, that three-eyed, that magenta burning eye, its skeletal figure draped in these rich purple silks. Fingertips still extended.
What was the last thing I was doing? Ah, yes. Kneel, face, da-da-da-da, King of the Damned. My liege. So, do you plan to kill us?
I have no designs on any of you. I'll at least laud the valor of that one. But I merely wish not to be disturbed again. Can you achieve that? Goodness knows you've already killed enough of my fellows here.
I can't speak for the rest of them, but I do know this. I have broken memories. I can't remember my people. I can't remember my god. But what I do know is I was trapped in a tree. And the next thing that I saw was them. And then a kinetic wave of energy arcing from inside of this church. From the outside in. Was that you?
I can tell by the way you handle yourself that you are certainly a learned spirit. It's a small feat to use a shockwave of arcane might to burst open an old spell. It's no different from any other dispulsion. And frankly, the seals on this place, made by stronger men than you or I, but certainly weakened with the passage of time. Frankly, as much as I do seek solitude here, it is no place for so many people, dead or otherwise. It is a shame we've gotten off onto such a poor footing.
Quite. I would prefer the people that were under my protection not try to kill someone who clearly could have killed us at any moment if he wished.
I can't hear you because I'm dead.
That's the thing, Mark. That's the thing, comrade. You can hear them.
Uh-oh.
Which brings us over to comrade.
Fucking invisibility
As
potion.
you find yourself in a dark room. And you find yourself upside, by the feels of things, you're upside down and something is pressing against your back. You can still see like little crackles of green light dancing around your extremities.
So I suppose introductions are in order then.
Indeed.
Would you like to meet the entire entourage?
I'd like to be the right
Seems
way up,
appropriate.
please.
Are you saying this or are you thinking this?
You won't be able to contact him spiritually.
Okay.
As whatever was done to him, whatever has happened, wherever he is, you are not able to hitch a ride.
I see.
I'm in room 101.
You smell flowers.
Yeah, flowers are in room 101.
Well, at least someone's delivered you something. It was kindly.
Find you the.
Oh no, you're being turned into fertilizer.
Oh no!
Let me just find you the artwork. I'll find things I'll actually need to find the damn things.
Armand makes a come hither motion while not exactly forcing, but more coaxing everyone else to step from around the corner, at least into the light where the necromancer can see them.
No, just stand like at the top of the stairs after coming around
Yes.
the corner.
Yeah, I'll
have to be
step up.
placed there so I can actually look into the room for the
Yeah.
for the stream.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's in the Wibble Slinger section. That's why I can't find this fucking sheet. Hang on. All magic
Amont.
users are on the same heading.
Amont rises from his knees and reaches with both hands to both sides in a prayer motion. May I approach?
The courtyard is yours.
Amont takes one step forward. As you can clearly see, I am not plagued with the sense of morality as the rest of my companions, but I am very much someone who would like to remain on this side of Northern Coil.
Upon the mention of morality, he kind of nudges the burning pits that pass for eyes and looks over at Bass and returns to looking at you.
He knows.
Baz is not exactly inconspicuous.
Yeah.
It's
Gives
hard to
him a
say.
grinning look.
Like the term "war criminal physiognomy" comes to mind.
What do you mean?
War criminal
Look at his lovely innocent face.
You bring this up for the crowd.
He's got a very innocent face. You'd certainly do know.
Man
nothing
looks like a
nefarious.
Chechnyan checkerboard. Need to stop letting him pick his own damn clothes. Next time you're getting equipment from the guilds, they're picking it out for you, so they can color coordinate to make you look less like a war criminal.
Has danger written all over it.
Lycia J. Serbia.
Armand straightens his back and dusts off what would have passed for clothes while being completely incorporeal and translucent. I don't know how long I've been trapped in that tree, but I suppose you've been here longer than I have.
Longer than time, it seems. Longer than stone. At least I would think so, if it were not for my confines.
May we know to whom we speak?
He slowly levers himself out of his throne. As he does so, you can hear, like, the stone itself creak. You can see the cobwebs peel off of him like viscera. I am the Archmage, known to the early tribes as Threefold the Sundered Laughter.
Bruh.
And what a beautiful vision you have, your necromancy.
Beautiful, man. It's creepy, man.
He stands at about 7'6".
Ah,
Tall.
a talloid, if you will.
He's completely like swaddled in these flowing purple gold trimmed robes. It just streams down his form like a curtain. Sorry, that's my phone. Not used to getting messages this late at night. Take a brief aside after that moment as we return to poor Comrade. Comrade, you're this is a very strange odor, like almost like smoky flowers, and your crowbar has propped itself up in the small of your back and is very uncomfortable.
And are my hands tied, or can I just reach it?
No, you can move. You have not been restrained in any fashion, other than how you were when you were inconvenienced, shall we say?
Alright. So I'll remove the crowbar for the stabbing me in the back. Like, that seems like a good idea.
You hear the heavy clatter of it clattering to the ground.
Yeah. So, how high above the ground was that?
Only a few feet.
Yeah, so, can I just, like, do a badass flip to escape?
You may attempt it. It's quite narrow confines. You feel like a mix of stone against one shoulder. You even feel a little bit of like timber digging into your flesh.
I could probably do like contortionism as a dance.
It would still be dance.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I haven't even opened my thing. Let's do that. Fancy dance to escape.
God damn. You missed that landing perfectly.
Yeah, of course. Alright, and it's dark, so I can't see anything, obviously.
You feel as though you're being watched.
Right, can I do detect bourgeoisie?
You may. Okay, at first you don't get any bourgeoisie elements. In fact, you get a fairly anti-establishment aura thrumming in the room. Quite a heavy-duty one as well. The sensation is a bit... to someone such as yourself with that very anti-establishment views, it's like suddenly finding yourself next to a warm fire. A bit too close to one. Like suddenly stumbling into a fire guard, I'd say. And then it's almost like an eye opening. And there's this overbearing sense of not bourgeois, but very lawful, very constrained, almost tyrannical element. That's suddenly it's like a beacon suddenly erupts within the room. Like a lighthouse is like burning down at you.
I get it. They're like ANCAPs or something.
Comrade, could you give me a fort save, please? You feel your heart rate start to climb. Until like thud. After a while, it just keeps getting faster and faster and faster and faster until it's hammering against your rib cage, and you can feel the blood creep up to the surface of your skin. It almost feels like a panic attack, but you've never, at least as far as I'm aware as a DM, Comrade has never had a problem with enclosed spaces, but suddenly there's an overwhelming need to be out of here. Like you're in here with something dangerous. Then a voice cuts through the start room. Well, what do we have here?
Hello. Who goes there?
I could ask you the same thing. I've been cooped up in here so long, I was beginning to worry. Say, be a dear.
I'm more of a symbol than a person. Who are you? Okay.
Oh, don't worry, you look every inch the tool. You look every inch the tool, and you'll do nicely.
Oh, I've got some tools for you. I flash my hammer and stick around.
Well, does one of them happen to be a light?
No, I don't even have a dark vision because I'm a loser. Like, I kick the ground a little bit. Like, my one weakness, my sore spot that I can't see in the dark.
Well, that forced me to do everything then. You hear a crunch from the piece of wood you were laying upon as someone tears off a chunk. I may need to borrow something from you very quickly. This might hurt a little bit. You suddenly feel this horrid sharp pain lance through your side. as you take 1 point of damage. Goodness. Okay. Seems like you and I have got a little bit of a jaunt ahead of us. That's all, we can both starve here. Or one of us can starve here.
How many meals do you think I could get out of eating this person? So
They sound
that's some
small than
kind
you.
of check that I want to do. Number of meals.
They sound smaller than you, but judging by what just rammed into your ribcage, they know what they're doing with something sharp. This might be a bit of an unfortunate brawl if it comes down to it.
Yeah.
On a certain level, you kind of feel like happy just to be alive, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm actually just gonna keep following him because in the dark I'm completely useless. Following the voice or whatever, because I have no other thing to reference like my reality on.
If we're going to work together, and I'll need your help, first and foremost, and that means we need to promise not to be a bother to each other. Hmm? Can you manage that, soldier boy? And you feel a very cold hand kind of slap against your face twice. It's very... You feel, honestly, you feel a bit toyed with.
I'll just run. Yeah,
Are we in agreement?
Whatever. I'll tolerate this. Tolerance is politely ignoring things that you don't like other people. So, let's just get out of here.
Leave at the door behind you. Do you have... is that thing on the ground what I think it is? She motions to... The voice motions toward the crowbar.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking that. With me, that's the magical one.
Could you be a dear and breach that door open for me, please?
Do you want some kind of roll for that, or should I just?
Oh yeah, just a strength check with a +2. Okay, damn. You pop the thing off its hinges and are met with from what appears to be met with the outside. You appear to have been locked in an old crypt on the outskirts of the area.
Mm-hmm.
Of more pressing concern to you is what's behind you. Which I shall move out into the open. As rapidly, well, what appeared in the briefest moments to look to be a desiccated body is slowly rejuvenating. And you're met with... We'll come back to that momentarily. Meanwhile, back in the meeting room. Where were we regarding the three-eyed gentleman?
He introduced himself.
The way he conducts himself, it's very bewildering to you. It's very theatric, but seems very well practiced.
I just imagine he was.
Can I roll
there
sense
for
motive?
Years, just waiting, rehearsing what he'll do if someone comes over.
You may.
Oh shit! There's no setting up to my sheet on the PC yet. Oh.
Bruh.
Baz,
Yes.
just one thing you all have studied over the years and learned is that the kings of Lycia don't wear purple. Nor, in fact, purple's considered kind of a verboten colour. It's considered bad luck.
Oh shit.
I thought you was going to say homosexual.
It's the mark of the poof.
And you've never heard of anyone by that name. Now, if there was some ancient horrible abomination king or some kind, or some undead lord, the name as fruity as that would definitely have been on your radar. You've heard every story of people slaying famous undead that's been going around all the villages you've lived in over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's just something about the way this creature handles itself doesn't quite rub you the right way.
Anything I could roll
Certainly
to glean
magical.
more insight from this?
Any knowledges? Have you got any knowledge arcana or knowledge planes or knowledge religion?
I have religion and planes. Could I roll those two?
Yes.
All right. Let's see. 16 for planes and 10 religion.
You don't know what this creature is. He does appear to be a lich, or at least something very similar, but you don't know of any liches with 3 eyes. That would definitely stick out in history, historically speaking. And the way that spell obliterated poor comrade, like you've honestly, you're not really very familiar with spellcasting. It's kind of verboten at the best of times, unless you are a licensed practitioner.
Mm-hmm.
But the way it pulled everything off the walls, it puts you in mind of when someone opens a door on a windy day, and another window's open, and it just starts wrenching the doors inside shut, like a tavern. And if he had just turned your comrade to dust, why would it do that? If someone's being turned into dust and then crumbled, surely that would throw the dust out, not pull it in.
Could I, in that case, make a perception check? Use a once-a-day ability to read his aura using the psychic skill unlocks.
Aura reading takes a while, so you'll have to keep him talking.
All right.
But if you can keep him talking for a minute...
Yes. She'll do that then.
Now the important question is, are you thinking this actively?
Yes, I will be.
Okay.
I would like to compliment his drip. Seeing as I have a purple outfit range as well.
Said his fit goes hard.
I like your drippy G.
So, you say you are a king?
I rule only over the dead, Childer. And I spend my days counting their number. Nothing more. But I value my subjects, dead though they may be. And I will not tolerate people interrupting them, returning them to the earth before their time. So I ask, what brings you all here to this place?
I'm not
Everyone
emotional.
else is here. Oh yeah, we went here to get algae. About that.
Yep. Yeah, a long time ago.
He looks legitimately
Wait a minute.
confused for a moment.
Hold on.
I'm
I
not
will
list
pull-
is
Algae.
let me count how many bottles of algae I have collected so far.
Are you gonna show them off to him?
Yes, I'm gonna walk up and I want to show him the algae like an excited child.
Armat's going to just casually slow her pace down
No,
so she
you
doesn't
will
go
not.
charging at him.
See, I'm not charging.
You can tell by like Baz has got a perfect read on his like stance. He's not going to just reflexively dust another person unless he actually does feel for it. And he's got kind of a good read on all of you.
I have 7 bottles of algae and 2 bottles of chapel fungus. I'm gonna show it off to him, especially the one that has red eyes in it. Like, look at this.
He looks a bit worried Baz, you could swear he looks worried for a second there when she holds the big bottle of eyes. Like you can see him, he flinches very slightly within his robes. You see his like elbow like pull back a tiny bit.
That's fear.
But yeah, no.
Be
Some
careful,
dude
child.
wanted algae, and we've been collecting it. I think we might have woken up your dudes with the algae. I'm sorry. Would you like one bottle of it? We have different ones.
He's told him that won't be necessary.
I'll hold out the one where Han almost drowned. Because I collected algae from there. I don't think you'll worry about one bottle missing.
I've no need of a child, do not worry.
Oh, okay.
I do appreciate your offers. But I must busy myself once again with the counting of the dead here. The essential salt, the salt. He'll kind of motion around it. He'll make a sweeping motion with the purple swathed arm of his robes. It gives it this it's kind of almost like a bat-like countenance to him as he sweeps these long talons around the area. Gaze around, child. Everywhere you look, from every crevice of every stone. The essential salts of the dead.
Oh. What?
We're
What?
all dead? She's about to have a breakdown.
Bruh.
Armat
What?
says,
Do you know what this place is, child?
Old. That's what I know. It's old. Dusty, even. Someone should really clean up in here.
Damn, she called him Dusty, bruh.
Must resist urge to dust the influencer.
Which one?
Armand just slightly puts images of what more than likely has been happening in the chapel. People's bodies being necrotized down to dust and then made into essential salts to feed
Can
the
I roll
ghouls.
perception to ignore those images?
How much alcohol do you have?
Not enough.
It's really distracting. It's like you can just see it. It's like a life leak tab open at the corner of the screen.
Can I just say in ancient pattern? No thanks.
No thanks.
No thanks.
Considering I haven't learned this yet, it just sounds like gibberish to me. And to the gibberish he says, Gesundheit.
Nein, danke.
Armand
This place, child, is a mass grave.
That's
Me and
not
my-
good.
Me and my fellows here, we have been tasked with counting the dead. We have been here more years than I can count, undergoing the task. A few of us, over the years, managed to bring ourselves back from our essential salts.
Oh,
Gathering what
sorry
we
about
could.
that.
Do not worry, child. They won't. Eventually, they will return to the salt, and from the salt return again. All things in their cycle.
Do you have to count each kernel of dust?
Every grain belonged to a person once. Oh, it only takes a handful. But with the right methods, as long as they're in roughly the right place, I could bring back everyone, provided I could find the cure. A few who I knew in life, a few I know in life, I trusted well enough that they could maintain their urges in their new forms before I could find a proper cure. You'll kind of return and lounge back in his throne, easing his bones again. It's clear that as perhaps some of the exaggeration of his movements come from sheer decrepitude of his body. Like, you can see dust is creaking out of the joints. Like it is like a thin trickle of a pore of powder. The cartilage is finally withered away.
So, if I may ask, besides counting dust, what is it that you seek to do back here on this mortal coil? He says as he somewhat reflexively, like, kind of fiddles with his holy symbol.
It's my only task. I was put here to tend these graves, to make sure each man, woman, child, and beast received a proper burial.
Can I roll sense motive on that? To figure out if that is really the only thing that he is actually seeking to do.
You know.
Alright.
Would you like some milk bottles to help collect the dead?
He's hiding something from you, but it doesn't seem malicious. Like it seems more like a small detail. But it's itching at the back of your brain.
I would like to offer empty milk bottles to him so he can use
Anything
them as
else?
urns.
Besides that, he says as he continues to fiddle with his holy symbol. Clearly in sight.
Pauses a moment. I carry out my vigil here, I carry out my research. And once I'm done here, I hope that these people, if they cannot find rest, at the very least, I can return them in a manner that they can conduct themselves, that the barrier here can be lifted in earnest.
Amok makes a gesture to pull Penny out of the line of sight so he can look him in the eyes as he
You can
continues
just
to
step
talk to him.
over.
You could also step over.
Yeah.
You just step to the side. You're probably taller than him anyway. You can see him anyway. I'm
Yes, but I have to look
tiny.
through your head anyways. I don't want you to be in between me and him.
Then just walk up, coward. Come on.
I think she's like a whole 4 foot nothing.
I am a
She's actually
whole
short. She's
4
shorter than
foot
some.
9.
She's shorter than some dwarves.
Yes, I'm 4'9". You will be able to look into his eyes. Don't worry.
It's the fact
Also,
that you
as,
stand
this is a
between
creature that
him
is like
from-
6 foot tall, sitting down.
Yes.
God, I look up like a fucking tiny child holding out milk bottles so you can collect the dust.
Bill,
Yes.
can I tell if there's anything vampiric about this man?
Roll a knowledge religion.
Alright.
Well, he's currently sat in a throne at the top of a massive holy symbol. So
Probably not then.
probably
Alright.
not a vampire. Also, vampires tend to have flesh. There is not an ounce of flesh on his entire body. Even his eyes are just glowing motes of light.
Does that 23 at least reveal a bit more as to what he might be? A bit more specifically.
He's, as much as he seems to be playing it up, he a lich, for instance, has a palpable aura of terror. He does not.
Mm-hmm. And Baz, are you actively thinking about this
Still check.
information?
Yes.
Okay. Armand's just going to simply start mentally asking Penny to move out of the way.
Like he could be like maybe like an eye of fear and flame or something. I'm not sure what he is. He seems to have gone, judging by his clothing, like you can't really get a good grasp of what he is. Like he could be a Moerg for all you know. But he doesn't seem to be a liches do have that palpable aura dread. Similarly, can't be a he's not a white because whites have flesh, for the most part, with the exception of barrow whites, which are kind of a different beast.
Whites have flesh, hard to tell because they're often so translucent.
True.
He's a white.
White, the white man.
Armand teleports a couple of inches further, 10 feet, to in front of him. He continues after having people speak over him, clearing his throat, and through his closed eyelids, his lavender and cyan eyes start growing more brighter as he steps closer. I was in a tree, and as my putting a translucent hand passing through her body like he's trying to pat her on the head, small friend here has stated, they came here looking for algae. He points a finger back towards him. Do you know who I am?
I seem to remember you once. Back from when they locked me in here. Back when they shoved me in here to help count the bodies and inter them and lock the door behind me. But I can't place you. I think you were here, locked here, before even I was.
Tell me what you remember when they first interred you in this mass grave.
It seems to take physical stress and strain on him to try and cast his mind that far back. It's literally just been that long. I think I was a doctor then. I was trying to contain the spread of the disease.
Mott
Pinning
starts.
them.
Sorry.
We
As he
would
continues
name them
speaking,
down faster than you could really move.
as he continues speaking, Armand sits pacing back and forth, keeping his eyes transfixed on him, studying him, and also relaying the information back to Baz. Continue.
Why were we here? Why here? There were other crypts then. But why here, the oldest?
My memory serves, this place was once a holy church, but they sealed it. Something that I remember, the sky rained and people began to lose themselves, first to insanity, then ghoulification. They had a name for it. The Rain of Sorrows.
I remember it now. Having to go and bring them here, lay them down, cover them in lye, and stake them down one by one. Hoping that the paltry consecrations of the soil could stave off the reanimation process a little while longer. And when they found they couldn't, when it just gave a few more moments and every clawed hand reached up in unison, they locked the door on me and left me here.
You, and just you, inside.
That is
It's
rather rude of them.
Armand looks sharply at Finny because she interrupted him with eyes blazing like fire.
The
I'll
child is not,
shrug at him.
the child sentiment is appreciated at the very least, but they're just, I've had a few centuries to mull over the matter, to be honest. Enough time to forget it and remember it 1,000 times over. And they're just scared, terrified people. Same reason they ran away from the first patients to begin with.
Wait, quick question. How bad of an idea is it to try and give him head pats with mage hands?
Give him head pats with mage hand. Give him head pats with mage hand. Do it.
As the females of the group ecstatically excite over giving the potentially, but clearly between himself and Baz, not lich being, he just begins to rub his incorporeal temples.
Hold on. What range does mage hand have?
It's like
From where
25
she's
feet plus
standing.
5 feet per 2 levels, I think.
Okay, he's within reach.
Okay, as the mage hand reaches out,
It
the
is meant
sensation
in a good way.
the sensation is bewildering because the skull keeps going up into the hood. His skull is very elongated, and there are eye sockets all the way up.
We're back on
This
Elon
might
Gate.
be
I see.
important information.
It actually is.
Do you relay this? We can use phrenology on him.
You can. Also, your aura just went off. Your aura detection just went. You may roll your aura detection as well as a phrenology check now.
See, it was important that I give head pats, okay?
It was. Look at how important the head pat was. It allowed Penny to use phrenology. So now who looks silly?
Exactly.
Phrenology
Mr.
is knowledge
Boss
arcana,
Boy.
right?
Yes, I believe so.
Precisely.
Okay.
Remember, his title is Spy Master of a ghostwriting guild.
Do you know?
But
that?
he is visibly annoyed.
Feel his skull.
How
Feel
the
his
fuck?
skull.
How the fuck do you think the skeleton feels? Someone's got up in his business.
It is
Okay,
all
and
meant in good.
okay, what information does your phrenology give you at that level? At 16.
Let me have a look.
As you're discussing that, we shall return to our now newly freed communist, as he's face to face with the quickly rejuvenating person of, well, I shall place her on the map.
So with that, I can unfortunately only determine the race, age, and gender.
Oh, you get a race? Okay. Okay, I'm going to...
Although that
Oh,
might be
no.
useful.
As you run your fingers over its color, you hear
Yeah.
in a very high-pitched, the voice cracks completely.
Skeletor, is that you?
Skeletor. It's him.
As you now know what he is, and it's kind of for the surprise, congratulations, it's a crypt thing.
Oh, he's in a crypt. I wonder what he is.
A crypt
Boy.
thing is a kind of corporeal undead that are completely bound to a gravesite. They can't disintegrate people, but they can they can make people be teleported somewhere and then lie about it.
That's
Oh
hilarious.
shit! They do have it. They do have a fear, or I was lying. It does have a fuck. It could have been even more convincing. But it is suppressed. So yeah, welcome to the crypt thing. The what's widely considered the biggest loser of the undead world.
Oh. Head pats intensify. Hello.
Yeah,
It's funny how actually useful that ended up being, by the way.
The crypt thing is. They are basically territorial undead. They're usually built. They are usually made by very powerful necromancers to guard gravesites that are going to be used as like their larder later on. They can occur naturally if someone has been set a task to look after a gravesite and is killed whilst doing so in a particularly necromantically charged area. But they are very, very rare. Had to be phrenology. That knew it would trip me up one day. Live by the sword, die by the sword, as they say.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm glad. This is so useful.
There's a distinct look of violation on his skeletal face.
I'll just say sorry.
I may have a suggestion for you, friend.
Hmm?
How about you go back to bed? As I will fire at him with the crossbow.
Oh, what the fuck? Roll to hit.
Yeah.
Meh.
Carl, are you okay?
This is with a should be +6.
I kept the whole lit charade up for a whole hour. Most of the first session.
This should be bludgeoning, by the way.
Oh, have you got one of those peltaster bows, or what are you using currently?
I'm using a heavy crossbow with a blunt bolt. Also, the bolt is a sun rod.
Oh dear. I see where you're going with this.
Yes.
For those who don't know, a sun rod's like a glow stick. But Paizo, in their infinite wisdom, described what's in a sun rod, and it's nothing but magnesium and thermite.
And
Sorry, phosphorus, not thermite. So it's literally a war
Thermite.
crime stick. It just happens to be contained in a very special material to maintain it.
I lit it ablaze as I fired by holding my torch slightly in front of the heavy crossbow.
Just double checked. Hit him by 1. Fuck. Oh, no.
Oh,
He starts,
I forgot to mention this. That actually threatens a crit.
Oh dear. You got one of the expanded crit range bolts?
Yeah.
Roll to confirm.
Right.
We'll not confirm, because sadly. But you
That's
catch him
fine.
in the chest, and he is now on fire.
From a combination of magnesium and thermite.
Eris
Shit,
will
shit.
run out of the room. This is not good.
Okay,
I'm
no,
spooked.
but we'll go any further.
Well,
Well, if it isn't going to be the consequences of everyone's actions momentarily.
Hey, I only gave him head pats and showed him my algae collection.
that is true. Penny did nothing wrong.
Yeah, but the wannabe lich has been lit on fire. That means it's combat.
Yeah.
There's no real
Not
way to
20,
explain legitimately, this is a war crime. If this was actually a military thing. And for the record,
Yeah, true.
let's introduce our other dramatis personae. Please ignore the...
Oh, fuck. Oh wow, you're nat fucking 20 on the init. Nice.
Yeah. Just means
Fuck.
I have less of nat 20s later during the
I know, right?
actual
But
fight.
it's not quite how it works statistically, but. So if you want to go to the
Uh,
number,
Mark,
we can go to
you will also
mathematical theory of it.
to roll as well, because you'll be we'll be hopefully reconvening you with the rest of the party during all this. Okay.
I forgot I was muted. Are we still under the effects of Bless, Bill?
No. The
Okay.
talkie talk took about 10 minutes, so... Fucking
Also,
determined
Armand
race is so fucking useful.
Also, upon seeing his members' actions, Armand is now screaming in multiple languages, foul-mouthed obscenities. While
Carl,
glaring-
is there something going on with your audio? You are you connecting from a
sound
different
like
I
device?
think
you're in a
you'll,
jar yourself.
Yeah,
Sounds
you
like your
sound
setup defaulted to a different microphone that is
Yeah.
significantly lower quality.
It sounds like you're in a jar.
Yeah, they put you in a jar.
Hold on, I'll fix it.
Oh no, I hope it's not a cum jar. Oh god, please escape.
Okay,
Carl, get out quickly.
Okay, can I get initiatives from Carl and for Comrade the Third, please?
Man, I got a nat 20 on my initiative. That makes me very happy.
You're still not going first.
I know. I saw. Should I place myself back? the spot, or
So
Yes, I think
Uh,
this is the choices for actions. You want to get closer to him.
Okay, and Mark, you there? Might have stepped out.
Bill, so should I put myself back, or I didn't hear your answer? Since I was standing over here.
Yeah, place yourself back where you were.
Armand is now speaking 6 lines of obscenities in multiple languages at each of them.
Just Harlan Ellisoning the absolute shit out of the party.
Baz just thinks to himself, God wills it.
Local undead man minding his fucking business, living in his fucking lounge, gets lit on fire
Excuse
by.
me. Unliving in his fucking lounge.
Also, his style of dress heavily implied that he's not from around here. Therefore,
He's not local. Bill, he's not local. That should be reason enough to kick him out.
I had a whole bunch
So
of
why did you assault the undead? Well, he was dressed like a bit of a puff. He was wearing the wrong gang colours. Came here rocking up looking like the Third Street Saints, so we weren't having it.
He's wearing the wrong colors. Sue woo.
So I had no idea. I had no idea that Threefold the Sundered Laughter was throwing Crypt.
Oh.
I think Mark did say he was BRB at 10-2.
Okay.
So he might still be out. In which case, I'll bring us into descending order. Skip Lome's turn. We'll reconvene with them in a bit.
After all, I am at the top now.
Eris, Lilich is on fire.
I wanna run. I just wanna go up and just yell, I'm sorry!
oh, by the way, Bill, real quick. I didn't factor in any of the damage for the thermite and magnesium, if you can do that on your end.
Oh, certainly can.
Yes, because I don't really know what it is,
Yeah.
frankly.
Penny, you really want to run? Like, I'm down to
I just
clown.
wanted to
Let's...
show him the algae bottle.
I know you did.
Dream cancelled.
We can. How about this? We trade places. I'll step in front of you and say, "Hang on, things have gone a little bit tits up, but."
Can I
He's
hold
on
it?
fire. He's shrieking horribly.
I know.
There's a
Whoa,
burning
whoa, whoa.
lich.
It's been a misunderstanding. It's a misunderstanding. It's still
Yeah.
a misunderstanding. It's that whole, like, calm down. That scene from Naked Gun, where it's like, everything's going to be okay when there's a giant fire and then everything's falling apart. Everything's going to be alright. Just calm down.
Bill.
Yes?
Can I pat out the fire with Mage Hand?
You're gonna slap him now?
Unfortunately, the nature of the fire being red phosphorus and magnesium means that it would obliterate the mage hand before it could even touch it. Red phosphorus is not fun stuff. It will just burn holes in everything. It will burn underwater in some cases.
Why did it have to be fucking phosphorus?
I don't know. Maybe like someone read the alchemy guide.
Criminal.
Well, because someone remembered I mentioned from the alchemy guide how autistic that one alchemical item is, and decided, how can I use this to violate the Geneva Convention?
It's fine, Geneva isn't canon in this world, so it's okay.
Yes, it is, because the prime material plane exists.
Okay,
Gonna have to do something about that down the line.
let me think what I can do.
Half of my diplomacy is gonna be responsible to keeping Baz out of fucking prison.
It's okay. As far as the guilds are concerned, the undead aren't people unless they have a really nicely written letter from the guild that says they are.
Question:
work on these
how
things.
bad would it be if I try and use Cure Light Wounds on him?
Harry!
Yeah, luckily you have a member of
Yes.
the party who is undead who can tell you cure light wounds hurts undead.
Would be worse, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Carl.
Curative magic hurts undead.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I would like to delay my turn.
I'm not. What were you saying? Can I assist in some way? Because I'm also confused by this nonsense. I don't know what we do here. We're in a situation.
I'm
Our
delaying my
mom's
turn
screaming
because
obscenity.
spooked on what is going on.
Carl.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Oh, apparently Mark is back as well. Mark, could you roll your initiative, please? Because it's throwing down. Han set the lich on fire.
With phosphorus.
With phosphorus.
Phosphorus sticks to lich.
Napalm sticks to kids. I'm good. Oh god. Oh,
Okay.
same mindsets
We'll
around here.
take
How are they?
a brief moment to return to Comrade, who is faced with a young woman in what appears to be kind of shambled together adventurous attire. This is an AI generated image I found, so if it looks a bit wonky in places, that's why. And yes,
She's
that
gorgeous.
one wonky eye is wonky in setting.
Perfect.
It's moving by itself.
Okay,
It's the
cool.
eye that was the... And it's a different colour to the other one. It's got some bruising around it as well.
Bruising or oozing?
A bit of both. It looks like if it wasn't for the fact it was moving around and like focusing and unfocusing of its own accord, you'd swear it was like a glass eye.
Okay.
And she's got just kind of as she exits the crypt after you, she's got one of those. If you believe the source of the smell of the flowers from earlier, this is shrink little like. Almost looks like a rose made of charcoal. Just kind of flipping about with it.
The important question is she hostile?
It took people long enough to come back here. So tell me, soldier boy, have you got any friends here?
Comrades. Somewhere I had some, then all disappeared at the same time. And somewhere I've lost my friends. I need to get back to them. Deal. Comrades.
Well, we better hurry then, shouldn't we? One of her eyes will kind of glow a dim red. You get 30 feet extra to your move on your turn. As you can feel your blood in your body accelerate through your veins. And that kind of thumping of your heart smooths out a little bit. But suddenly you can feel completely wide awake.
Like a berserker.
Not quite berserk, but just more... I just had a, I'd say bump of Coke, but I'd not tried it myself, but 3 cans of Red Bull in to the evening. Once. Lead the way, soldier boy. So by the sounds of things, and by the looks of that, she'll point over what appears to be a light of a flame pouring in through cracks in the masonry of the church above. I think your friends may have found company.
I get an extra.
You'll get an extra 30 feet of movement on your turn. And she will move
It's not
in
actually my
concert.
card, is it?
Not yet, no. It's just that she beat everyone else in initiative.
Right, I'll just think about how to make an awesome entrance at the end and deliver the final blow.
Okay. Eris had her turn. Carl. Sorry about that. Things have escalated somewhat.
Yes, they have. Is there any information from the checks that I made last session that you can confer to me now?
Okay. You may roll whatever knowledge checks that you have currently that you think would be appropriate. Religion would be top dog at this point. Arcane also.
The original rolls were 22 geography, 13 engineering, 23 engineering, 17 arcana, 12 history, and 22 religion. and then a further 37 perception check when I walked further into the room.
Okay, yeah, he is a crypt thing who has been disguising himself as a lich to appear more intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
He has been holding back he has been employing a fear aura, but it was clearly not as strong as a lich's one. His skull, as he is like wrenching at his robes, trying to peel off the burning cloth, his skull is distended and like elongated, but it seems to be artificially so. Like he's been, by the looks of things, he has been in. Like there are these red bloodstone crystals dotted around his skull, and you've seen stones like that dotted around the walls in places, including outside. A few of the graves are decorated with very similar small semi-precious stones. And you've seen little red pebbles hidden in amongst the gravel in some places. The only other thing he has is, apart from those, he has a burning magenta flame, the same as his eyes, in his left palm. That wasn't shown because it was draped in the cloth. But this physiognomy-wise, he appears to have some reasonably local skeletal physiognomy. You get the feeling he's a local who was locked in here. And spontaneously arose as a crypt thing when the mass grave was finally sealed. Because necromantic energy, because it was actually sealed with a magical circle, necromantic energy could not flow out to taint the surrounding area, other than up and down. And as a result, hotbox this area with negative energy. It is effectively, it's not quite desecrated because it was previously consecrated. So it just it's countered the consecration effect that was here previously. So undead can arise.
I see. Amongst the original question I had, amongst the loot table of the loot that had the dagger that was sacrificial with urgent magic in nature, was that energy related to what had happened with the sealing of these grounds?
The dagger, it may have been brought here as a just an item just in case, because the actual rituals conducted here were not related to it. It is more to do with bloodletting and earth magic, rather than sealing and abjuration. Though you notice that the rune, that if you look at his, I'll just bring it up quickly. There is a magenta rune that kind of circles him and his skull. That appears to be an actual physical object.
Is that rune still floating about his head as he's trying to dust off the fire?
Yes, it's slightly faster.
Okay. First, Armand actively screams inside of On's head, "Why did you set him on fire?"
Whoops.
He's in good shape
That
for the
was
shape he's in.
loud.
But God, I wonder how he can win with phosphorus cleansing away his sin.
He farms sticks to witches.
As part of my move action, I'm going to have Neri move her body 5 feet into my square so that I can remeld her body.
Sure thing. Yeah. Wait, yeah, no, yeah, okay, we're cool. Yeah.
Center of the room.
You got it.
Then, with the swift action of this witch light, I'm going to recast it as a hot witch light and place it directly in his face, inside of his face. I'm also going to transfix my eyes while inside of Mary's body to study this rune. What would be the role necessary to divine what nature this rune is and what it does?
Okay. I can tell you right off the bat, I believe you are trained in engineering and such, so at least someone in this party is. This is a primary aperture for a family crypt or family ossuary. They appears that this was intended to be one family crypt that they retrofitted into. It had a little chapel just for the personal prayers of the family if they were visiting, but it was only meant for one, probably noble family from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
It has been clear, judging by the damage to the floors here, that it's been kind of repurposed in a few rooms. Most of them are closed, however, so it's hard to get a gauge of what they are being used for. It has been noted, though, that they have been pulling up the flagstones to get to the essential salts beneath where the bodies have been buried.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a few holes in the room that go down further than even you can see with your advanced dark vision. Hundreds of feet down. And on the walls of these little, like, tiny tunnels, it's just more essential salt. As far down as you can see. Muddled in with the soil some places, but it's clear that when they buried bodies here, there were hundreds, if not thousands.
That's consistent with the Reign of Sorrows.
And for such a small area around here, it must have been... It's reverse decimation. It must have been like it must have been worse than the Black Death around here. Probably, if you had to ballpark it, more people dead than were living.
Mm-hmm. And that relates to the rune that's floating around his head. It's an aperture of the church.
The rune that's floating around his head is a... It appears that he has used an iron stone as kind of a focus, an item focus.
Mm-hmm.
So he does appear to have some spellcasting ability, but it seems to be quite rudimentary.
I see.
You suspect he might be a low-level wizard?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go ahead and turn that witch light into a hot witch light, and that is a 1d6. Get my sheet. Thank you. Hot witch light, hot witch light, hot witch light. 1d6. Roll the d6. He is currently taking 1 on this turn.
The shrieking intensifies.
Mm-hmm.
The mental image is like, why did you set him on fire? Like, without looking, like pulls a flare gun and nails him in the mouth with it.
Mm-hmm. It's like, well, at least your choice of investigating. He starts cracking Neri's knuckles as he overcharges her gauntlets. Has been useful. Now, if you excuse me, going to use another 10 feet to step closer in Neri's body.
Oh yeah, technically she hasn't taken a 5-foot step. You have.
Yes.
So you could still move her.
Yes. He cracks his fists. Why did you lie to me? I assume he's going to answer in flailing screams.
Yeah, he's answering with, I'm on fire. Some big ugly cocksucker and his friends both set me on fire.
While it was not my intention to physically harm you, under the belief that you would kill us in an instant, I don't partake to being lied to, good sir.
As you start punching him in the skull.
Yes, actually. First, I need to roll to hit.
I think because you used an action to re-enter a body that I don't think you can attack this turn. Because it's a standard action.
That's right.
But it does get her into position for a full attack on her turn.
Yes. I'm overcharging. I am going to overcharge her gauntlets to 2 and put the additional 1 point into gentle touch.
Okay. Sorry, I was going to the restroom real quick. So, I'm back though.
That ends my turns.
Alright. Full beans.
Okay. Baz.
Well, I'm glad I caught the end
Yes.
because again I was out for a minute. So.
Things have escalated somewhat.
Yeah, I see so.
Yes. The violence has escalated.
Literally, I go away for literally 1 minute to go pee. Things are escalating.
Bill, Baz will march forward
I like when you use the word march in a regular conversation like this.
Yes. And I would like to grab our Skelly boy, specifically by the handle of the sun rod.
Mm-hmm.
As I do so, I'm going to use a swift action for Reforge to reform the phosphorus into a crucifix inside of him.
Whoa, bruh! Holy shit! Literally, holy shit. Bruh.
Ah, yes.
And then
Casual day as a war criminal.
Baz will proceed to try and lift him up with a single arm, and I would like to try and pull out that rune from his skull.
Okay. Roll away.
Alright.
Be a grapple check, I believe.
Could I use power, since I'm trying to basically jerk it out of
Normally,
him?
well, given it's technically a lift check, I would say I treat lifting someone like this because he's still got free reign of where he moves. It's more like a vertical drag. Yeah, you can use power for that. For grapples, normally though, you can use power for damaging grapples, not for initiating grapples.
Basically, I just like shove him into the wall by the handle and then slowly push him up.
Find a small, like practically harmless undead, jump him in his crypt, set him on fire, start like curb stomping him into the walls.
Man, I just want to show my algae balls and give him a head pat.
Yeah, this
As he
went from
does so-
nice to real rough, real fast.
As he does so, Baz just looks him in the eye and says, "Ashes to ashes, dust to dust." And he will begin wrenching out the rune.
The rune lifts off like completely effortlessly. Ding! You're left with a little stone in your hand. So you roll a steel maneuver. So just roll a CMB.
Alright.
There's a lot of debilitation effect at play here. CMB isn't brilliant anyway, so... Oh, actually, no, it's not bad. You
24.
beat a CMD by 1. His CMD is legitimately 23.
Bruh.
You rolled it exactly. Like, he's actually pretty tough in close combat, considering. You just go dink and take it. Just a nice little hewn stone.
So,
Bruh.
since
Cool.
I reshaped the magnesium inside of his body, would that do additional damage?
The crucifix
Just
inside of him?
mentioned that he's a true neutral, and holy symbols don't do anything, so I...
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, it's mainly the shape of it, a burning object moving through his body.
it's more that it hurt. It's gonna hurt either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the thing about Crypt things. Not the Pathfinder version. I'm using the second edition version. Yeah, they're completely neutral undead and are completely immune to channeling and holy symbols. Unfortunately for him, that doesn't matter when someone has a stick of phosphorus and is cramming a flare up your asshole. Any other actions, Han?
Why not cram a shove in there, since I technically still have it? This would basically represent me shoving him into the wall with force.
Okay, roll that touch attack.
11.
Actually, that will miss
Alright.
by
Cool.
like 2. You know what? I don't need to deal with this shabby shit. He says that in patois.
What did you just say?
I don't need to deal with this shabby crap. I'm minding my own damn business here. You can stuff this. Maurice, deal with them. I'm going. And he disappears.
Who is Maurice?
I'm glad you asked. This is Maurice.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, fuck.
as what can only be described as an enormous skeleton wielding a massive halberd stomps it out directly adjacent to Eris.
Bruh.
I will say in ancient Pato. Hello,
Patois.
sir.
Hero. Hello. So wait, did this guy like just this dude
Oh, I accidentally shift that.
disapparate or something?
Yeah, sorry. I tried to click on him and accidentally put the witchlight onto the GM layer.
Oh, okay.
Be gone. Will he take the phosphorus and witchlight with him?
Oh no, the phosphorus, and the witchlight both clatter to the location. He does leave behind the burning robe, however.
So he's naked somewhere.
Good thing I'm holding on to the phosphorus.
So there's a big naked skeleton running around. I see.
There's another one that is bigger coming
I-
out the corner.
I know. I see
Of
that
more
one as
pressing
well.
concern is the enormous skeleton of some kind of beast man, judging by the horns and the almost bovine or goatish skull with rows of razor-sharp teeth.
Could I use my actions like my delayed turn now?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Does it have anything fear thing or?
It doesn't have an aura effect or anything like that. It's just big and scary looking. I'll say it's a very well-made halberd, considering.
Can I use the cold iron flail?
If you desire. It doesn't. It seems to be regarding
Does
you
it
with
count as a simple weapon as if they?
a morning star would have. I don't think a flail does. Flail's a martial weapon. I think you have a morning. Is it a morning star or a flail?
So it was
Cold
a
iron
flail.
flail.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
believe
you
it was also the one that
I mean, I can
actively
also use the
destroyed magic around
masterwork
it.
great axe if need be. I don't think I can use that though. It's also
So,
weak.
yeah,
Oh no, I know there was a small or short one, like a light one.
I think the light flail is the short one, but I'd let you use it like a light mace, considering all you need to do is like wrap the chain around the haft and just swing it that way.
Could I attempt? What would a full attack with it be?
Just one swing. Most of you are too low level to have multiple attacks yet. But it just seems to be looking
Can
at
I
you funny.
Can I say, peace? And I'll hand out my hand, speaking in the ancient language.
Is it holding a halberd or an axe?
It appears to be a long-handled axe of some kind, but functionally it seems to be used more like a halberd. So if you do manage to kill it and get it as loot, it's not completely worthless. Rule of thumb, if a weapon looks like something, or is adjacent to something in functionality, I'll usually let people wield it as such.
Excellent.
As someone who is, of course, learned to tell off her swordsmanship, so wields every single weapon like a longsword, including hammers and axes. Like, as long as you've got like an adjacent proficiency, I'll let you use it as such. But
I will put out my hand, saying peace in the ancient language, seeing how it reacts.
it kind of looks at you, reaches down, snorts, and you can. It kind of just, rather than the usual, like if it was a fleshy creature, the spray of like mucus and saliva from a beast man of some kind, it's instead like a puff of dust.
Oh no, it dusted me of dead people. It's like powdered sugar.
Ooh. It kind of then turns away and looks at your friends.
I grin at it.
Guys, there's a big friend here.
As it sees you, it rears up and like patting its halberd against its chest, boom, in a challenge. And it kind of very calmly and very like carefully nudges Eris to the side somewhat so it can try and shimmy through.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's a big boy.
Come on, then.
What did I miss?
5 foot steps out. And
Oh no.
Han, would you like to accept the challenge?
Hold on. First.
Absolutely.
Justin from Zelmis, $50, saying Maurice is a believer in the Second Amendment.
Hey.
Give that man a gun.
Bruh.
Rattle 'em, boys!
Don't bring a gun to a knife
He pumps the stave of the halberd and a shotgun shell falls out. Well, given the circumstances, it'll be a bit of a different beast.
Literally.
Thank you,
Fun fact, you know what's just as effective as a firearm and it has the same functionality? A wand chamber. As opposed to the ye olde 1,000-year-old shotgun spear. Grape shot as the founding fathers intended. I'll keep that in mind. Wand of Slitherstorm. Gotcha. Okay. Han, would you like to accept the challenge?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Roll an intimidate check. This will be an opposed check to see who gets the +1 and -1.
Someone rolled a nat 1 or nat 20.
Where is my intimidate? Let's see.
Watch both roll the same damn thing. Well, Han, I hate to break this to you, but it rolled well. Exceedingly so.
I see.
You will be taking a -1 to hit during this combat, as
Okay.
it's a surprisingly terrifyingly large beastman skeleton. And it will be ready in action. Because as it's the challenger, you get first swing.
Also, before that, is there anything else that I could do, or...
Oh, yeah, certainly. Anything you should do?
Because I only so far held out my hand and did a 5-foot step.
Oh no, the 5-foot step is free because it was technically a nudge check from him.
By the way, Bill, what is the haft made out of? That axe?
The haft, if I'll bring you back to the image, it appears to be a single piece of petrified black wood.
Gotcha.
Appears to be.
Okay.
I'll make it cold feet later and say it's metal.
Mm-hmm.
I would
We'll see.
like to use detect magic to see where the Mr. Crypt went. And just look around.
You catch a glimpse of him. Directly down. As you look down, you notice there are multiple magical signatures moving around below all of you.
I worry we'll get more company soon.
No, most of them are just milling around of their own accord, with the exception of your skeletal friend who's currently running as fast as his little bony legs will take him. I'll get you next time! I don't need to put up with this shabby crap!
I love this guy.
Is he still in range for a head pad? If so, I would leave.
Unfortunately, he's like 60 feet down.
Damn.
He's like at the extremity of, like, you can, and you wouldn't have line of effect on him, sadly.
Yeah. It would probably terrify him if he would get a head pad now. It would be funny.
Oh, if you want him to come back to the surface with all his friends.
With the ninja clan.
No.
With the fucking skeleton warrior. Yeah, it's always a good rule of thumb. Don't surprise the undead too much. They tend to get a bit leery after the first time.
No.
So yeah, you've got a full suite of actions that you've used a standard action to cast Detect Magic.
Yes.
I'll also give you some types on there. There's the transmutation effect for the teleportation. That's when it took place.
Mm-hmm.
There are also a good chunk of necromancy going on down below, not from him, as well as a few other transmutation effects. And a large number of small-scale abjuration effects.
I see.
And one enchantment effect. So,
Enchantment.
of the compulsion school.
What does that mean?
Mind control magic.
So, Mr. Skelly Beast Man is being mind controlled?
Not him. Those effects are going on below. Skilly
Oh.
Beastman here is... You're not quite sure what he is. He's some kind of... He just appears to be a naturally occurring skeleton of some kind. You can tell those of you at home, you can tell I'm really making them work for this third level.
Ah, yes. Head
You
pats
want
of thing.
to throw hands? Fuck you. Fight the giant beast man skeleton.
You wouldn't have to deal with this if somebody didn't shoot somebody with a fucking lightning rod.
Well, the person in question is currently not at his PC. So you can't hear the whining.
I'm just imagining as that fucking indictment goes on, Han's just somewhere out there. I fucking love hot chocolate as he makes himself one. It's completely oblivious.
But ironically,
Just call
he
out
would
post.
do it. No, unironically he would do that. Hot chocolate with Bailey's most likely in the moment. But no, I think you ran to the door.
You've got
That's
a move
delicious.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You've got a move action left, Penny.
Like Mr. Chubbs, what he thinks of the situation.
You might want to stand back a little bit, boss.
Okay. As I will...
You don't want to be around when a big motherfucker like him starts swinging.
Do you think I can just sit on the top of the stairs? And just
Yeah, don't get
watch?
too far out of sight. You don't want to get jumped by something.
Okay, then over here. I'll point to the left side of the stairs.
Yep.
Just move over. I'll just be there, watching. And that should be it. And Han
Comrade.
should be returning soon.
Comrade, it is your
Yes.
turn. You can now run very fast.
Okay, so what's
Fast as fuck,
the
boy?
use all the tricks and tips? What's like the maximum I can run without like what's the furthest distance that I can run that I'm prepared to give up the entire turn, like just to run a very long distance?
Okay, that's one movement for you. Can you see that?
Yeah.
You can get to here pretty
What about
easily.
if I go up at the outside of the building? instead?
Going through one of the weak points on the wall. If this...
No, because, yeah, to come round the back.
let's see. There is a... It's not quite a window, it's more like a ventilation gap about here. If you can make a very difficult acrobatics check, in your case a dance check, you can get in through that gap. But it'll be real tight. And that can get you all the way into the area for the fight. This turn.
Right, well, don't actually want to step out into the corridor. I'll wait like in the 2 area. You know what I mean? I've got a 26.
That's pretty damn good. Okay. As you and the woman are both running, and she's keeping pace with you. Get back up.
Well, you alright?
I'm just eating.
Oh.
This is Carl's
Okay, actually, it's
normal
about
eating
here.
noises, apparently.
The gap is literally like about a foot square. It's going to be a real tight jump. Yeah, basically where there are torches, where these two torches are, there's a gap on each one. Which one would you like to attempt?
This one that I'm standing next to, the bottom one,
Okay.
for a pincer.
Okay, 26. Could you make a second check as well, just for the precision landing? Perfect. And I'll roll my one because you're bringing in company. Whew, everyone's rolling hot on this one. As you make the jump, Nashar, you essentially run up that wall and just kick yourself off, grab the lip of this little gap, and just shove yourself feet first through.
That's exactly how I was imagining it.
And you stream through that gap with enough force that you just hurt. You basically connect with there's a area above where lighting kind of streams through. It's a fueled. It's one of those ones where it's like a trough of oil that is lit on fire with a sparker. It's not lit currently. You hit that, hook under, and just kick down, and go with probably like you want to go with any kind of fancy landing.
Can I ignite the oil thing behind me as well?
Oh yeah, as you clatter into it, you've got one eye in sickle. So as you hit, the hobnails on your boots kick a spark down into the trough. It lights up the entire area in this wonderful on-mix lighting. And as you land, you're like leaving streaks of burning oil from your heels.
That's cool. Won't actually let me go through that window. I'm gonna have to come like all the way around.
Okay, plop yourself down anywhere in the room, essentially. Hang on, I think I need to. Hang on, I'll put you through manually. You go. Put yourself anywhere, and there you wish.
I wish that it was incredibly easy to flip your icon like horizontally, so that you're facing a different direction.
There you go.
But I need to be able to turn it off and on, like myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of it's a bit of a. Can you? I'm not sure you can do it as a player if you can right click and flip.
I think
It's
so.
under advanced.
I don't believe you have those options as a player.
No.
Because you can't. The right click does nothing.
Unless
I'll
you give
ha-
him a multi-sided.
Yeah, I was about to say,
icon.
am I going to have to make like a copy of his like left and right facing?
I mean, it might work. Oh,
I can do that.
Oh no, Mark!
Not again.
Hey, you can do that ourselves.
And while Mark is doing these actions, does he come back within? Does he come from underneath the effect of whatever was blocking him from my mind link?
Oh, the thing blocking him from your mind link was simply that he was not connected with you any longer. He was literally teleported away without you.
Yeah,
So
and
nothing.
as I landed through that window, a whisper to Armand in my mind, on your left, like making a Captain America reference in the moment that he won't, because Captain America doesn't exist here. But
It was Captain Lessia, or it was Captain Sanya, who was a very unfortunate superhero.
Yeah.
Captain Galt.
There is a Captain Galt. He's not a nice person.
I am not from Galt, I am from Britain.
The gigantic vibranium guillotine. Pretty sure there is actually a character like that. Anyway. So yes, if you wish to make any other action, I'll treat this as a charge if you want to do anything fancy.
I'll do some Power Rangers hand actions again to get ready for my next turn. Peasant.
Everyone, the communist lives!
Eris
Yay!
will wave towards him.
Yay! Yes, I will.
Amont gives a
Mary
very
will also
pleased-
wave. Well, I guess, can I even see him from here? Probably not.
Well, as you probably, I hope so, because you're about to turn and
Okay.
see this.
Yeah.
And, yeah, Mark, if you want to position yourself wherever you wish in the room. You want to change where you are?
No, that's where I want to be.
Okay.
We can see like a piece of him around the corner. That's about it.
Yeah, kind of just like, oh, hey, I'm so glad you're alive. And just wave.
Amont just generally looks in the direction of him and gives him the ghost face from Modern Warfare 2 from in the car. I'll talk to you later. Also, can you fill me in on what just happened while I was getting things out of the car?
He jumped in through the window. That's about it.
No. The crypt thing. Where is it?
Oh, that far back. Okay, the crypt thing is teleported out.
Okay.
I was like, I ain't dealing with this shit. Bye.
I
Maurice.
need Maurice. Deal with them. And Maurice stepped out. Maurice is a enormous, skeletal beast man. Some kind.
And he has now challenged Han to a fight.
To glorious single combat.
Mm-hmm.
I have stepped away and I'm watching. It accepted my peace offering from me, so I'm not fighting it. I'm not fucking up that way.
Okay. That's good enough.
So,
Or is Aiden's?
Neri,
Yep.
what will it be?
Okay. So, okay, I have a question about how Carl supercharged my Shellshocker gauntlets, right?
Yep, they have an extra point of essence.
They have an extra point of essence in them.
Yes.
But how the heat works is that how long that they've been on determines the amount of heat, right?
I think you're pretty at cap at this point.
You're at cap. You need to.
I don't know what the cap is, honestly.
Your cap would be at this point, I think, 1 point.
No, well then, yeah, but it's always at 1 point, pretty much. As long as they're on, it's at 1 point. But if you supercharged it, would it be higher than the limit?
Each point of essence increases the amount it can store by 1. So it's got 2 in it. So
Okay.
it's currently got, I think, it starts with the ability to have 1, so 3.
Yes.
Okay, so 3.
All
right.
I put 2 into her gauntlets and I put 1 into her calm touch.
Well, I can only do one at a time, and for this motherfucker, I think I'm just gonna punch the shit out of him with my crab fist. So, I believe... Okay, I believe then it's normally a +4, but with the extra 3, it should be a +3 to the damage, yes? So,
Believe so.
together, entirely a +7. Correct?
Sorry, say that again?
It's normally it inherently has a +4, a d4, 1d4 +4 for the damage that with the 3 heat expenditure that should be a +7. Yes.
Let me double check that. Yeah, you get bonus to hit.
Yes.
Okay.
For
Oh,
each point
it's-
removed.
Even if it's a nat 1, this always hits.
Yes, she has the ability to hit without having a critical fail on ones.
So it can
for the
still
damage.
miss, but it doesn't auto fail on a net 1.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Right. Correct. So
So
my
here's meant to
question
be-
is that with the heat expenditure, does that make it go from the +4 to a +7?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I'm just gonna write that in. Whoop. Well, I clicked on it by accident. And then just add 3 to that, to the damage.
Okay. Just double check. No, you rolled damage, you didn't roll to hit.
Oh, my bad. Wait, what the
Well,
hit
it's awfully
is...
low.
Why was that? You should have rolled the whole thing. Full
Yep, just roll-
attack and damage roll, yeah?
Isn't the first roll like the 8 and then it has 17 bludgeoning?
Is it just full
No,
damage?
that's damage. These are just damage
Oh,
rolls.
shit.
Either your-
Oh, I see it. I have to roll a melee? Yeah?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my bad.
Bonk.
I'll just take it then for the whatever was there before.
Oh,
If you're okay with that.
That should hit.
Also, she's going to specifically type her damage as fire.
Yeah, you can choose. It can be chosen as you can typify it. You can explicitly choose if this is fire damage or not. So in this case with the undead, yeah, burning with fire damage.
Okey-dokey. As you, is it just one swing going for?
I'm just gonna be like, you know what? Fuck this shit. Keep getting surprised with this kinds of nonsense. Like already, like there's a lich has appeared before us, then he disappears. Now there's a big giant goddamn bone monster thing. Absolutely
His name
tired.
is Maurice.
I know it's Maurice. Tired of this stuff.
Oh,
I'm just trying to I just wanted to get some algae. It's all we wanted to do. Get the fuck out of here. And then I punch him.
Get out of here.
Okay, it connects. Okay, it's bludgeoning damage, right? Or is it all fire?
It's counted as bludgeoning damage, but it can be typed to effect as though it is fire.
Yes.
No, okay. Just need to keep that in mind because this thing is skeletal. So. Okay. As you smash your fist and through one of his ribs, you see it just like roll its shoulders back and every vertebra cracks in unison. And once again, it gets as close to you as it can. It can't really make much in the way of noise anymore, but it kind of snorts again, and that greyish powder, the grey-blue powder, wafts directly into your face.
Oh no, don't inhale the dead.
You notice that one of its eyes is glowing that same magenta light. You think you might be being watched.
Oh.
What would happen if you poked the magenta eye with mage hand?
Okay. But so it's reeling back a little bit. No, you're saying it's coming in.
It's leaning in.
Like, leaning into me. After that nonsense. Okay, but it seems that the eye is glowing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
One of its ribs is on the floor currently.
Yeah. What is sleight of hand considered? Can I do this as a swift action? Try to steal that eye?
That would be a cold shot. That actually had to be an attack roll on your turn.
Okay. I didn't know if I could do it as like a you're distracted by my punching, and then
that would probably be offhand tactics. So if you're willing to take a penalty to hit,
sure. What would you like me to roll for it?
Do you have any 2-weapon fighting feats?
2-weapon?
Yeah, 2-weapon fighting.
No, all my stuff is unarmed.
But you still need to have 2-weapon fighting to get 2 swings. I'm not sure if Guru gets that because I know Monk does.
I don't know.
I'm not sure if Guru does. Han,
probably not.
With the Guru.
I'm not too familiar with it. I do not believe it does.
I don't think it does.
Off the top of my head.
Probably not.
Otherwise, it might be specifically stated under the Shell Striker gauntlets
Oh wait, how
themselves.
to add an offhand attack to AOO to? Yeah, it looks like people are trying to figure.
It says here, it's a standard action to use Shell Striker gauntlets to swing once.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, Shell Striker gauntlets aren't usually made of
crab.
They're usually made of metal.
Yeah.
I think they're shell in the military sense of the term.
Yeah. I was just wondering if I could try to be cheeky and try to swipe that eye real quick while he's distracted.
If you're willing to sacrifice the damage you just did.
Yeah.
Okay, so rather than do the damage, have it be a feint and roll again.
For sleight of hand or roll for what?
CMB, please. Yeah. Or no, yeah, sleight of hand.
Ooh, great.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
As you swing in with the fist and then try and come over the top with just an outreached hand, it catches your fist. It its skeletal hand. And you can feel, as it squeezes, you can feel the bones start to creak. And you can feel the hinges. You can feel the hinges of your veil start to creak and bend slightly.
Oh no! Shit! Fuck.
Doesn't do anything this turn.
Okay, because the veil's in my hands. So.
Any other actions? You have a swift left, I believe.
What can I do with a swift? I suppose I could. I mean, can I struggle against this in any way? Escape artist?
It doesn't have Unigrapple currently.
Oh, it's not. But it has grabbed my hand, though. Yeah.
Yes, but it's not enough to inhibit movement.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I'm not grappled. Okay. I'll just say, oh, what a pretty eye you have. Could you please let me go? I just wanted to look at it closely. And it doesn't fucking understand, but that's all I can do, really.
Okay. Salome's turn. Eris,
Yes.
could you roll me a perception check, please?
Okay. Uno momento. I'm just watching Aiden like try and punch her just sitting there. Can I have popcorn? Is that a possibility?
Did you bring some?
Did Mr. Chubbs bring some?
Yes.
Can I share?
Okay, but
you just also like just summon it from another dimension, essentially.
yes, he's a familiar. He can do what the heck he likes, but it's going to be sized for him.
That is okay.
He can
So you-
share a little bit with Penny.
I have a tiny tummy. I'll be fine.
You'll be handed a similarly tiny, like frog-sized bucket of popcorn.
It's just a little like
It's
teacup.
like one. It's like three. Yeah, it's like basically a egg cup with like 3 popcorn
So,
pieces in it.
even though I have agreed to this, Penny, I'm kind of being fucked up. Don't just sit there and eat popcorn with your frog.
You made it.
You didn't agree to this. You shoved yourself into a duel.
I know.
Maurice is being nice to me, so I'm sorry.
Okay.
25 on perception. It almost turned to a nat 1. I saw the dice just move and it just scared me. Oh.
You find another person's hand in your popcorn.
Oh, please ask Mr. Chubbs for permission first. When I
Her eye looks up at Chubbs by itself, and you can see Chubbs kind of wince.
Hey, no bullying, please. I think the big guy is being a bully now. You need anyone to bully.
Don't mind me, Pappy. I'm just here for the show as well.
Okay, take a seat. You can watch. Do you want to see algae I've been collecting?
As she completely blows off that comment and just like takes an arming sword off of her shoulder, and as it does, it just sprays like this. It doesn't quite look like blood. It's very, very similar to this oily, reddish liquid that just spatters over the surrounding area, and you see her take out a whetstone and just scrape her thumbnail down the length of the blade, and you can see it grind like this fine point.
Oh.
I think this might just get interesting.
As I stuff popcorn to my mouth.
And as she does that, you see her like at the very point of the blade, presses it across her thumb, reaches down to her neck, takes up a necklace from her neck, and lets blood pour down it. And where it meets this very ornate-looking pendant, quite a broad design, very finely worked piece of bronze, it fans out into this 1 foot wide crescent blade.
Oh.
And the chain lengthens with this viscous, like, semi-metallic, like ichor. It might just be worth getting involved. She'll look down at you.
Yeah.
Don't you want to have fun too?
It was fun when I showed the guy my algae collection, but then he got stabbed by fire. That wasn't fun anymore. I had my fair share of fun early in the morning after passing out, so no thanks.
She'll carefully move this blade on a chain over to her offhand and begin whirling it rapidly in a large circular arc. So it's making this horrid, keening noise as it spins through the air.
Bill?
Mm-hmm.
Just in from Zalmus for $20, saying, "Here comes a challenger. Maurice's tag partner comes in with wooden folding chair."
Oh no! Oh no! Not the wooden folding chair! No!
I think that might have been because Aiden decided to hit someone that just agreed to a duel.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Let me find.
Yeah, true.
Oh, who would be the most bad manners put artwork to use?
It's the Crypt thing comes back with a wooden
Well,
chair.
it's one of those wheel skeletons from Dark Souls 1.
I didn't like what he was doing. I thought it was.
It's a skeleton in a folding chair,
He was just
cartwheeling.
standing there.
Winding his down.
Menacingly.
He does not have a fear aura. It wasn't menacing.
I
He was
felt it
just
was
surviving.
menacingly. True, I probably did fuck that one up. My bad.
No worries.
I just didn't trust this guy.
I'm going to literally use the first undead artwork I find on my...
I don't know why you guys are
Back.
trusting
Oh,
him
my
so
back.
much. Also, I'm a little bit confused about that, but alright.
I forgot I had this! Behold, the greatest grappler in mankind!
I don't think that's allowed on YouTube.
I don't know if we can even show that on YouTube.
He got... It's JonTron. That's his bit. I'm allowed. He literally put this on YouTube. I'm allowed to use this art. Why do I have this?
Such a legendary wrestler, and yet he couldn't out-grapple his depression.
Aiden, don't die, please.
You know what, just for that, I'll make it him bigger.
No, I can't do it.
He's got the chair. He kicked it out from under his own feet and into his hands.
I can't do it. Oh my god.
This first.
Oh my god.
Let me see if I can find do we still have the folding chair art asset from back in the day?
Oh no, 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 no. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I could have sworn we had a folding chair art asset at one point, but I don't think we've got it anymore. I think we might have taken it off the...
Oh god. Bill, why do you have this?
I don't know, for the last time. I don't know, but I do.
Sure you don't.
I feel like I would... If I
no,
knew a
my
reason
fucking
why I had this,
spine hurts.
I would mention it.
Literally makes my back hurt, dude.
Are you finished with your 10 pennies?
It's not even my turn yet.
No, that's just the thought he's just showing up. He's just using her turn to summon a blood weapon. Now it's Penny, sir.
I will offer... Oh, do you need healing for that cut? Since she poured out blood from somewhere.
Oh, for me, you forgot. It was requested upon. This was also requested. Aiden, what's your CMD?
1 moment. My CMD is
Oh dear.
20.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
As you find yourself grappled as something drops from the ceiling. and grabs you by the...
fuck off.
I was specifically told, and I quote, RKO the bitch.
I get it. I thought I just wanted to.
A chair,
right
first the
next
chair
to
drops in front
punch
of
him.
you, and then you are RKO'd into the chair.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Look, I
threw the
just
chair.
wanted to punch. I just wanted to punch the dude. How Zalmas? How rude.
Zalma's paid good money for this, Aiden.
He did. I know he did pay good money. I just wanted
As
to punch him.
John falls from the ceiling from his noose and RKO's you through the chair, or onto the chair, and $1 million babies you right there. 8 damage.
I can't. How much damage? I can't.
8
damage.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the funniest fucking shit. Okay. Alright, I'm cool. This is so funny. Like, John drops from his noose to chair destroyed.
Watch out.
I
Fucking can't.
I'm sorry. I gotta go for a minute. This is too fun. It's hurting me.
This is going to be a screenshot that'll come back to haunt me one day, I can tell.
Yep.
Oh my fucking god. I'm good. I mean, I'm not good.
I'm not going to pretend this is my first NPC who specializes in noose combat, but definitely the first in this manner. Oh wait, no, it isn't, because there was a shadow noose in season 2 of Blood Heroes.
Oh shit, dude. No, I'm hanging on.
Eris, is there anything you'd like to get up to this turn? Or just...
I'm shocked that all of this happened literally within a single round of combat.
That's how it be sometimes in Pathfinder.
I will still have offered the lady that summoned her blood thing healing, since she obviously was bleeding. I shall offer to cure light wounds for her.
Don't worry about me, I can handle myself. As she licks her thumb where it's cut, and you see it emit like a hiss of steam as the wound burns shut.
Oh. Fancy. Wish I could do that. Would make things easier.
Watch and learn.
Oh. Okay. As I will then look over and see Aiden get RKO'd into a chair.
Watch that, you turn back and it's yes, from the fucking top rope, literally. This joke's working a lot better than I expected. There's a lot of layers here.
Near you, okay?
Just Yamcha posed on the ground.
Meanwhile, Armand inside of her, like, Digimon Frontier voices, I'm completely fine!
Haha! It is not even a scratch on me.
Okay. If you any other actions you want to go up to, Eris, or you alright for this turn?
I'd like to ask Mr. Tron why in the ancient language. Assuming he speaks it.
He tries to get out the words, but unfortunately he's got a noose around his neck.
Can I tighten the noose with Mage Hand?
We shall find. Or you could try. Also, Digimon Tamers. This is a Digimon Savers moment. Is what this is.
Although instead of
This is Digimon Data Squad type shit.
or should I cut the rope?
Notice that the rope does not come from the ceiling. It seems to be floating down from a gap in space. Seemingly from nowhere.
Then I'd like to tighten it. Could I
Okay.
use an int check instead of strength?
It would be a wisdom check, as it is profession executioner. Very specifically.
I see.
It's also a laughably easy check, because hanging is one of the easiest methods.
Do I get any bonuses? Since he's already hanging.
It will be an easy check, but you won't get a bonus yourself.
17.
Might have actually been. Hang on, let me double check one thing.
What?
This might be a very quick. This might be a very brief appearance for Jontron here. Book of Our Darkness. Eat variant rules. Oh, I knew Nature of Evil. There we go. No, sorry, it's under evil equipment, execution equipment. The DC for a hanging is 18.
Fuck.
So it doesn't. If you've got a +1 from somewhere,
Let me think. Could I use it as a full round attack? I don't know.
High ground, maybe?
he's floating in the air. He's pretty high up.
How high is the noose?
Pretty high up.
Could I
The
say
noose has the
how's
high
it
ground.
hanging my guy and demoralize him or something while doing it?
You know what? Roll the intimidate check. That's pretty demoralizing to hear.
Okay. Would it, if it's high enough, would it give me an additional bonus?
We shall see. Actually, you know what? Let's roll it like it's the same principle as the intimidate checks between Han and the skeleton.
Oh no.
Whoever gets highest gets a +1.
26.
Let me just double check what the bonus of a hangman's tree is that I'm using as a basis. Gallows tree. No, that's the really high level one, not that one.
I am spooked.
Gallows tree zombie. Here we go. You're lucky.
Which means I
Not
have
quite
to-
lucky, and you match each other, so it's neutral, unfortunately. So you're still at 17, but you'll be able to attempt it next round, as botched executions can be reattempted.
Why?
As you see the ghostly apparition going, as he kind of reaches back and tries to adjust his noose as someone else is adjusting it on him. Okay, I'll take up your action. Okay. Carl, you're up.
Talking free action.
Yep, up to 6 words.
Penny's head starts abnormally turning towards the direction of the new person in the room, and her eyes begin to blaze unnaturally, like an overlay of lavender and cyan is over her natural eye color. A gravelly voice that no one else in the party has heard speaks with her mouth, but with Armand's words.
Volume check.
My volume?
No, it's more for people at home, just in case, like, I'm not sure how loud this is going to be, boys and girls, so you got headphones, you might want to just space them out a little bit.
You, friend or foe?
She looks down, specifically the eye underneath her hair looks very intently and focuses in. A ghost, huh? Don't worry, I don't mean any of you and yours any harm. Yet. Give it a week. We might see each other differently, but I'm just here for a good fight.
Good. Move forward.
She'll, as a immediate action, she'll reach into her pocket and flick a honey lozenge into your lap. Careful down there, puppy. Ghosts aren't good for your vocal cords. She'll step off to the upper right.
Let's see here. I can't see how far I can move. God damn it. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. 5 squares. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30, 35. 5, 10, 15, 20. This is very difficult. Mark, why did you have to sit in that corner of the room?
It means
Mark?
that if the big halberd wielding asshole comes at him, he's got a bit more cover than you.
Fair.
I was actually imagining like hanging a leg out to trip someone over is why I chose to like wait round the corner.
I guess. Mark's head is going to swivel, and he now has this overlay of light. She can see this. The eyes are visibly staring at her position. The highlights go over from Penny's face. She has control of herself again.
I'll shake my head and just eat popcorn.
First, Armand is going to not make any actions of movement of himself, since the body he's currently in is on the ground, probably prone. He is going to ethereal sidestep into her square and attempt to ghost ride.
Okay, roll it. That's safe on my part, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's the DC.
The DC is 19.
Congratulations. You have control.
Armand is going to simply start moving his fingers interlaced until he is fully shelled into the being. And is there anything I learned first by simply possessing them?
Yeah, as you like shrugging her shoulders and finally, you can't move.
I can't move.
You suddenly find yourself like, it feels like every muscle has gone completely tight. Do you get any kind of thought detection?
What's
your ghost riding?
So. At the moment, I cannot find it, but I think so.
So I think you do, as you get like surface thoughts as a possessing creature.
Yes.
Okay. Also, Aiden, I believe you're muted.
Oh, I was muted on purpose because I actually saw something funny. I didn't want you to just be laughing randomly,
Okay.
but it picked up on your mic. My bad.
Okay, you will actually get this person's name then, which is already on the chat. There we go.
Where's the name? I can't see it.
I'm just gonna. I'll give me 1 minute. I need to add one more thing because you get some details on her.
Is it a big name? Is it a big word?
I have to add in like the branch of Whibble singing she's in.
Around.
Salome,
QT.
the Bloodshot Warrior. Warrior?
Salome or Salome?
Salome.
Professional bounty hunter and practitioner of Iron Blood Hemomancy.
Blood mage.
Yeah.
And you're on the receiving end of blood puppeteering.
Oh shit.
Meaning you're currently spirit trapped inside a body that is reasserting its control by manually manipulating its own blood.
Are they currently resisting any attempts to speak to their mind?
Nope.
Okay. Can I speak to them without needing to use standard action since I'm connected to them?
Yes. Within reason.
Hello there, darling. And what do we have here?
Someone above your pay grade.
I'm very old. I'm very tired. I have basically children to watch over. I just need to know if you intend to help us.
I've been trying to get in here for a very long time. I'll take a little white powder on my way out and be on my way. Until then, I'm happy to help you kill this thing.
Delighted. Would you mind relaxing so I can be a better use to you?
Sorry, Guilo. I'd like to take things very personally.
Call him a Guilo?
Yep. Literally,
Bruh.
Ghostface.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I just need you to get closer to them. It gets very difficult teleporting back and forth across a room.
Don't worry, this thing can reach a lot further than it looks. And as she keeps whirling that crescent blade, you kind of get a grasp for how far this thing can reach as she kind of flickers it out once or twice. From her position here, she could almost hit Neri. And could hit Mark or Comrade, if she desired to. She has an inordinate amount of reach with this thing.
Okay.
You do pick up one thing.
Yes.
You do know one limitation she has.
Which is?
She can make weapons out of blood. But she cannot make anything with a striking surface or a blade longer than about 6 inches long. So knives, anything with a chisel point is fine. But she can't make full length blades. The sword in her hand, by the way, as you were trying to possess her, you almost possessed it. Because it is, you recognize what it is, it's made of blood iron. It is literally a sword made entirely out of the iron extracted from blood. It is also very old. It is of a style that you would be more contemporary with you.
You are ancient, aren't you?
Sorry to spoil your fun. I just know where to go looking for the right things.
I'll keep an eye on you. But for now, I don't care about why you're here. I just want that skeleton dead. Then I have a crypt thing to go
interrogate.
I swear between you and him are just alike, flair for the dramatic.
I'm an old man. I had a wish to be a man of pleasure and fun. Now I have children to look after. I would have better been inside of a sword.
Yeah, more than one person has fallen for that trick before.
One thing before we continue. Do you know anything of what happened to this church?
For a long time before my time. Not much of a student of history.
Fair enough. Begin. He ends his turn.
Okay. Baz. Neri tried to step in on your fight and got RKO'd into a chair.
Well, seems about fitting.
Yeah, true. It's fair.
John trying to punch you in the head. Just trying to kick you with his feet.
I don't think he punched me. I think he kicked me with his little footies.
Well, the initial thing he did was he literally grabbed you by the head and
yeah,
RKO'd you
twisted.
into
into the chair.
By the way, Bill, is this skeletal minotaur looking thingy supposed to be not visible on the initiative order, or?
Oh yeah, he goes on the Crypt thing's old turn, which it's on my end of things. It'll be after
Okay.
you.
Gotcha. All right. Let me quick check through some stuff. I'm gonna be a bit cheeky. Take a 5-foot step back. Take out the good old 10-foot pole. I will attempt to strike out at him.
Both of you at opposite ends of Neri using a 5-foot tall cover, just poking
Yes.
each other with pole arms.
Haha! Autistic polearm usage.
Haha! Every single fight with 2 polearm users in a fucking nutshell.
And because it's a polearm fight, I will attempt to disarm him.
All the way. If you manage to be really upset. Son of a bitch. And she's like, haha, you hook,
Holy shit.
you swing in with the stave to fake him out, hook, you see that little gap in the axe?
Mm-hmm.
You hook that with the backswing and just wrench it, clear it, because he's got no flesh, he's got no grip.
It's also a good
Beyond
thing that I have a single nail punched into my 10-foot pole.
As you always should. But
Yes.
keep in mind, due to what stupid the rules are, putting a nail through a piece of wood can be dangerous. It could disqualify it from being able to be used with shillelagh. Fuck, I hate this game.
Bruh.
After we get this,
Goddamn, man.
there's some other rule shit I found out today that we'll have in a post-amble after the session. Jesus Christ, I found some really stupid shit from 3.5. Stupid shit. Anyway, yeah, and you wrench the halberd out of its hands. And it just kind of looks down, completely dumbfounded.
I will use, as a swift action, I will... See, the halberd is
There you
over
go.
there. Excellent.
I think it's a pretty good rendition.
Indeed. I'm going to use a swift action to reforge parts of my torch to have it clamp around the 10-foot pole. And then I shall go in for the follow-up strike against the Minotaur.
Okay, keep in mind you had a 5-foot step, so you would have to use a reach weapon.
Yes, the 10-foot pole has a 15-foot range.
Ah, yeah. Okay, swing away. Fucking Roadrunner. I would say, oh, I'm no more Roadrunner users after this one, and I remembered, oh yeah, Mr. fucking Indestructible over here.
Okay.
John, if you're out there, thanks for that.
19.
Okay, that will hit.
Alright. Does an extra d6 of fire, and it's all increased by 50%. So 15 times 1.5 is 22 damage.
Okay, what's the breakdown on elements?
It is...
11 bludgeoning and 4 fire.
Yes, but it's increased by 50%.
So heavy strike.
Yes. So 16 bludgeoning damage and 6 fire.
Okay. The fire doesn't seem to do a great deal. Just a little bit, not very much. The bludgeoning seems to be working very well, though.
Alright.
Well, you still got that crystal in your hand. It's not going to impede your ability to fight. I mean, hell, I know people who fight with polearms with the sword in that hand as well, and just strapped to the length of the pole. But yeah, you still got that crystal.
Could I quickly stow it away in my adventurous sash?
Yes, you just took it.
Excellent.
Luckily, this beast man does not have a polearm anymore with which to punish you for the maneuver. Oh, no.
Lol, even. That'll be it for Baz.
Okay. Well, our skeletal friend here is not very impressed, and neither is Jontron. Let's go. Jontron is going to try and grapple Neri. And fail miserably, as is his way. Meanwhile, the Beastman skeleton is Maurice here. Reaches out, picks up the chair. Neri, you do have an attack of opportunity.
Do I as well, since he's in my threatened area?
Yes.
I will attempt to trip him.
Oh, okay. If I have an attack,
Okay, but
actually, hang on. I got things I gotta do here. And then...
I'll let Neri go first, though.
No, you go first because I was going to cigarette.
Okay.
You go first.
If my voice suffers as a result of someone chain smoking upstairs, I'll be very upset.
I'm sorry, Bill. I'm not chain smoking. I'm having my second cigarette of the whole night.
So-
Come on now.
Basically, as he steps in, try and pick up the chair, I will attempt to hit him in the kneecap that he was putting all his weight on to trip him.
Yeah, let me double check something.
Is he considered flanking with this? Am I considered to be flanking with that lady, considering she has quite a bit of reach?
Unfortunately, he's got a bit of cover from her, so it wouldn't be a true
Gotcha.
flank.
Cool.
She can still swing for him on her turn, but not just yet. Okay. Unfortunately, he has soft cover because of Neri, so that will just fail.
All right.
Okay, I actually thought I had a thing here, but no, I provoke it. I do not provoke attacks of opportunity. That's what I thought it was. Okay. Okay. Well, if I get an attack, I'll make one.
Are you prone right now?
I don't think I am.
RPO'd into a chair.
Yeah, but the chair is quite tall, so it kind of bounced her back.
Okay.
I wasn't. If I want to make like
Do I get
his
height?
throw doesn't actually drop
actually?
prone.
Okay. I'm not prone, so I will just make my regular attack then. Which does
You'd
not.
make you, like, kneel at best. So.
I'm sorry.
Like that attack would have made you kneel at most. So you can attack normally.
Okay.
That will hit.
Right. And. Oy, Jesus Christ.
It's a shame you didn't use that one.
Yeah.
Let's see. So that will be 7 points of damage. Do you have any elemental stuff from? Oh, you didn't use the standard action attack from the gauntlets, so it'd just be a regular one.
That's my gauntlet attack. That's with my Shell Striker gauntlets.
Oh, that is the standard action thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Is that including the extra fire damage?
The fire damage would be included in addition to this. I didn't add that in. That's just how it is in the sheet. But there should be the additional damage from the fire on top of that. Which I think is the 3 additional damage, or is it 5?
I think it's 3. It's extra.
Yeah.
Don't hear you expended it. Yes, it's that much each round, isn't it?
Okay. So 3.
Hang on, let me double check one thing. How much heat does it build up?
I'm not currently possessing her, so whatever she had before from her last attack that she fainted, if it didn't do any damage, she would now be back to her normal standard.
Okay, yeah, you just get it's just it doesn't have heat yet.
Okay, yeah. So 7.
Okay. Another cracked rib. And now, with chair in hand, he is going to attempt a cleave.
Oy.
Here's the beauty of being a large creature. Reach.
Yep.
Okie dokie. He first catches Neri. What's Neri's AC?
My AC is 19.
Okay, I'll check one thing. Oh yeah, that'll do the job.
Eesh.
Okay, as he rears back with the chair and smashes you directly in the mouth with it.
Bruh. Oh, my little diamond teeth, no.
And then takes one step forward and then cleaves through into Baz with it.
Oh, how much damage do I take by that, by the way?
Oh, let me run that
Cheeky.
now. Okay, so it's negative D8, so that'll be up to 2D6. That's a strength modifier.
My strength modifier is 2.
My strength, it would be his strength modifier.
Oh, to say.
Okay.
I don't know why it would matter what mine is, but yeah.
Just so I know, because it prioritizes based on how bloody someone is. What can people put their hit points into their character sheets, just so I know what hit?
Yep,
hit
I
points
keep
people are on?
I'm keeping mine up. I'm currently at 12.
Can I perform an immediate action to give Neri a +4 to her AC?
You may. Which would block the first hit.
Oh shit! Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, he has ability. That means that he cleaves on a miss, provided he can hit touch. Ooh. Okay. Han,
Yes.
as you parry the line of his chair, he skims up across it and as it skims, it rakes across your knuckles before depositing itself in your jaw. As he just hit you for 16 damage.
Holy shit!
You good?
Let's see. Let's see.
This is the power of the large great club.
All right.
Mm-mm. 26 plus 2. Have you got like a damage pool or something I should know about?
It was from the cardio thing.
Oh yeah.
Because I did a few jumping jacks before going into the church.
When you wouldn't want to do that after you got in here. It'd be pretty nasty stuff.
Exactly.
But and to add insult to injury, as he does this, like the sweep of the chair kicks up a massive cloud of the essential salt dust. Now, essential salt is still salt, so it burns to even be in here with open injury. Like every single little cut and nick burns like it's been rubbed with salt. And that will be their turn, because Jontron botched his grapple check like an asshole. Comrade!
Mark?
Look, you're up. I think also probably...
I was on mute. Okay, here we
I do all
go.
the time.
So, what I would like to do, I'd like to run out from where I am, leap onto this chair that is being held by this skeleton fella, but I want to grind the chair down the stick, then do like treating the chair like it's a skateboard, do like a 180 or a 270 or something that spins like the dude's weapon like
dope.
around at him.
I should say that
I'd like to try that.
currently he's wielding the chair, and Han disarmed him with the polearm.
If he grind on his chair?
You can use the chair as like a skateboard, but it would be across... He's only equipped with his claws apart from that, so it would be across the actual skeleton itself.
He's holding the chair with
that's
both
even
hands.
cooler.
Exactly. So I'm not poo-pooing it, I'm just recontextualizing it. So
Yeah, I'll do that. Look, here I am. I'm standing on the chair right now.
Roll that dance check. Jesus Christ. Of course he rolls an 18. You have control of the chair, sir. Would you like to roll... would you like to try and... rodeo?
What I would like to try and do is get the 4 legs of the chair jammed in between different ribs.
You know that picture of Matthew McConaughey like smoking a cigarette with that look on his face? Yeah. Do you have a handle animal?
I do actually.
Roll the better handle animal or CMB, whichever you prefer. Not quite. You do get it jammed in place, but he's not listening to you this turn.
Well, I want to do like with the legs in the ribs, try and do like a spin thing, so it'll either like flip him or break a hole through the.
Roll me a dance check versus his CMD. It'll be a trip check. So yeah, just dance. Okay, so having found that he's not going to listen to you, you instead opt to just show him the way of the turn. And you topple him. Hang on, let me try and zoom out so I can actually access the rotate button. Again, the lack of grip from no flesh means that he can't stop you from grabbing that chair, skimming down the length of his limbs, hooking into his ribs, and as you kind of vault over his shoulder and let your weight carry you, you just topple the beast through and drag both of you through the doorway. And it comes crashing to the ground. Any other actions you'd like to take, Mark?
You know, for Zammers in the chat, what I'd like to do is climb onto this box. You see there's like a little box here.
Mm-hmm.
And then do like a flying off the turnbuckle type thing. Do like a people's elbow or something as well.
The people's elbow? Let him do this, though, please. The people's elbow. He just fucking...
He rolled so freakishly fucking high on all his dance checks. Like,
I know.
Of course I'm gonna give him that. Jeez, like...
Obviously.
Action economy be damned. Like, I've seen motherfuckers do... I've seen people do shit like this.
The people's elbow.
Exactly, that's why I'm supporting it.
I get a bonus for the pun as well, remember.
You do, you get your charisma modifier to it. Like how Mark has done more to support the cause of communism than literally any other motherfucker on YouTube in the last 10 years. Just by doing cool shit in a fucking D&D game. Okay, roll to hit.
What do you want? Like a... What?
This will just be a regular attack roll with your weapon of preference, or an unarmed. It's up to you. But you'll be getting your charisma modifier to it. It's prone. That'll hit. Considering it's an elbow drop, I'll convert the damage to bludgeoning. And let me just double check a few things. It's taking a lot of damage. Okay.
Mark, recount what you've done for Han as you just returned.
Yes.
The whole thing. So he was holding that chair.
Yeah.
And jumped onto the chair and used it like a skateboard or whatever, to control it. Put the legs of the chair between his ribs and then done like a 180 thing to flip him to the ground. And then I climbed up onto a wooden crate thing, and leapt off like a turnbuckle to do the people's elbow.
Bruh.
You know, tying it back to the whole collapsible metal chair thing.
I love how this has just turned into a professional wrestling match. This entire combat. From beginning to end.
It really has descended. Or ascended, as the case may be.
By the way, is that the sickle you're using for that?
Like
the one that...
Oh, wait.
The one that fucks up undead real bad.
The one that pins them in place so they can't move it.
Yeah, the one that you specifically...
Yeah, it doesn't matter that this thing still has hit points left. It can't fucking move.
No, it wasn't really the sickle, it was the people's elbow.
Very based. Very
The
based.
sickle's elbow-shaped enough.
Like, with the positioning of people's elbow, you usually have the other arm tucked underneath, so you could have the sickle pointing down and bring the elbow down onto the back of the sickle.
Yeah, alright.
With your elbow being the hammer and the sickle being the sickle.
There's no point in not using the sickle because it's only enchanted again for while we're here, so might as well use it.
Whilst the skeleton does have hit points remaining, it is currently pinned in place.
I pinned him as well. It's more wrestling, isn't it? Referee like slides onto the thing and starts counting.
JonTron slides into...
No!
Oh no!
Wait, can a skeleton even tap out?
It can't. All that matters is
today.
It can't kick out because its shoulders are to the ground and it's got a sickle, so it can't move unless it beats DC 24 strength check. I do have the rules for wrestling combat, like formal professional wrestling combat. Guess what? If you've got sleight of hand, you can't lose. Because sleight of hand's used to cheat. Yeah, it fucking fails because it's got negative deck. The beast man skeleton's just kind of kicking its legs and not being able to move.
Man, he got fucking bullied.
For real though.
Yeah, it started off because he's a reach cleave build and got disarmed in the first action. And now the Sangleman's is just sitting at the sidelines, like hand on hips, going. She turns to Eris. Are they always like that?
She's chewing on like one singular kernel. Mm-hmm. Yep. From I mean, earlier Mark ran up to a guy and then got dusted. Now he's back, just immediately running up to another guy.
He did that to me too. So I ended up in that. That's where we met. Yeah, I got good to him. He did help me out. So now the combat is essentially like I'm just gonna go ahead and roll like 3d20s, and if you don't roll well enough to beat that, he needs to roll like an 18 because he doesn't have the power skill because he's a stock meat creature. Oh wait, no, he's prone, so he takes a -4, so he can't physically pass this. So you take a -4 when prone for things like this. Even though he rolled the 18, it's still not enough. Well, we find ourselves at an impasse, as after a 3 count, JonTron will declare a victory in favour of the admittedly interfering Comrade the Third.
I mean, it's turned into a tag team thing.
Yeah, well,
Like,
John's more of a referee, but
surely.
he's kind of tries to go, and he goes right. Noose first raises up into the extra-dimensional space above him and disappears.
Good. Just like, okay, this is over. Yeet.
I get paid either way. You now have a pinned... By the way, this is a minotaur. This is an actually pretty serious creature.
But it's an undead minotaur.
Yes, that makes it tougher.
Oh.
A skeletal minotaur is pretty damn tough. It does reduce its hit points quite a lot. Because it's got a charisma of 8. That's now, I think you might have actually killed it, but... you now have a minotaur. Would you like to dispatch him, or...
I'll just yell over, go fight Maurice in the ancient language.
Do you have anything that you want to ask him before I take him apart bone by bone?
I'll ask him if he has any words or questions.
Oh wait, you speak horse, which is Beastman adjacent.
Oh no! You understand him more than me.
As Maurice here is not, in fact, a minotaur. He is a gazelle-headed beast kitten.
Yeah, that's part of the horse family.
I believe so.
Horse enough.
Yeah. They speak...
Ungulate or whatever they're called.
Yeah, the languages of the beasts are pretty much, divided up by vague category of shape and taxonomy. Well, you beat me fair and square. Well, not quite fair and not quite square. Close enough,
Do you detect bourgeoisie on him?
Beastmen are the bottom of the barrel when it comes to society. They are like anti-society as a rule.
I say to him, do you trust me?
I'm not really in a position to do so either way. So my life is in your unlife is in your hands.
My unlife.
I'll just kick his head off.
Literally kick it off.
He's just made out of bones, isn't it? It doesn't.
Yeah,
it's not
take it
even
off.
attacked by tendons or whatever.
The rest of his body crumbles to dust, to essential salts. In fact,
Oh my god, it fucking works.
The skull.
There's a single tear as a wave.
The skull remains intact.
Sweet, I'll put it on my head.
As he turns into Kazrak One Eye. Oh shit.
Let me find a piece of artwork for him.
I'm the Minotaur now.
Wasn't expecting this to be a piece of equipment, but there we go.
By the way, guys, if you remember earlier, died. Turns out, no heaven. Just thought I'd let you know. Just
No
like
heaven.
No heaven, no hell. Sorry.
Should have imagined a world without
wheel
38
of
special.
fate is turning.
Imagining there's no heaven, easy. Imagining a world without 38 special, a bit more difficult in practice. Okay, we find a piece of... Oh, there we go, this will do nicely. This is just... Here, I'll just use this artwork. Artist out there, I don't know who the hell made this. If anyone takes umbrage, let me know and I'll take it down and use some other bullshit for this.
Well, I'll have to take it down, but that's alright. No one will probably take umbrage with it, though.
If someone happens to be the artist and wants to have it taken down, so be it. Otherwise, let me know and I'll give you a shout out.
Yeah, we'll give you a shout out. We'll find some way to mitigate
on the
it.
show that more often
know?
than not gets the reaction of, "Oh fuck, I thought it was a broken ground episode."
Fuck. Can't
Oh, I thought it was the
believe
midterms.
Look. We should just start using comically misleading titles for these episodes.
Ah yes, clickbait. Wonderful.
Nick Fuentes night fights Yi in the Timpool studio. Gone sexual? Question mark.
They're not going to believe
Sexual.
that. They're not going to
Question mark?
believe for a second that a knife fight between Nick Fuentes and anyone would last anywhere over 4 seconds, let alone 4 hours.
Nick Fuentes is the most goblin-like humanoid I've ever seen.
I would struggle to call him humanoid, and he can fucking at me if he wants to try and throw hands.
No, he can at me. I love the first fucking time I ever saw goddamn
There's,
fucking
here
Nick
he is, the
Fuentes.
skull of Maurice.
He was skulking around me with his, I don't know, maybe with his cum sock. I don't know what he was doing.
I'd like to see Nick Fuentes knife fight with Captain Hook.
I mean, I don't see him knife fight with anybody.
I think when they call Nick Fuentes Rufio, I think they refer to something else.
I was gonna say, like, back in the day, like in 20 fucking 16 or 2017, when I saw Nick Fuentes and he got fucking angry at me existing at his conservative political action committee event, and he got all fucking pissy. I'd like to have seen him to come. He
Nick Fuentes, the only person who could potentially lose a fist fight with Aiden.
unironically, he like skulked around me and Hard Bastard. He like stalked us for a couple, like, really, for real.
Randall from Recess, but in real life, Nick Fuentes.
For real ass homie. Really fucking did that shit. And it's like, oh no, a woman is at your conservative political action committee event? Oh
A
no.
woman?
Oh, what will I
Yeah,
do?
Oh, what's this?
What is this?
That's the stuff.
You fucking homosexual. And by the way, nothing wrong with being gay. Just admit it, Nick. You're gay. It's okay.
It is okay. I also like women. They're very
Me
nice.
too. I agree with you, Penny. But what the fuck is this weird ass shit?
I don't
This
think
dude, he's gonna
agrees
just.
with
He's
our
gonna,
statement.
Returning to the matter at hand, Nick Fuentes
Sorry,
jokes
sorry.
aside.
Next one day, just
We'll,
searching for cum aside.
Post
yeah,
something
sorry.
in game art they've made.
He was searching for cum though.
What is it? God damn it. Fuck's sake, off.
How did you make that quickly?
I was working on it during the session.
You knew what you were trying to. You were trying to do that since fucking moment
Yes.
one.
As soon as I saw, fancy stone in his head. Yes.
Give it.
Yeah.
It's so.
Deal.
It's so.
That's
That's the most. Say that's a ritualist ass.
It's definitely an homage to rituals.
I will open this on stream. Let's
Yes.
zoom in. The quality is shit on stream.
Thank you. I made it myself.
Well, ladies and gents, you are now the proud owners of. Well, the proud. You now have free. I should say, you should now have free reign of the area. Initiative is over, and you're all now level 3.
Way.
So I expect everyone to be leveled up by
Way.
next week. Otherwise, you don't get the level.
Okay.
Okay.
And if anyone
Okay,
misses
touchies.
out and doesn't do the level up, none of you get it.
No. Remind me.
Honestly, yeah, but also, oh god.
Oh god. Well, we should get some cool stuff next level though. But we've beaten the Lich. Yay. Kind of.
Not
Sort of.
really. I think Carl
Sort of,
wants to
a little-
go after him though. So it's
Eh.
gonna be interesting.
Carl's just gonna be trying to become the
Well,
Lich. I think
if-
maybe.
No, it's really just a toss up whether ghost or lich is more advantageous. But I will say this: you now have free reign to poke around in the facility. Next week we can do a little bit of looting and investigation.
Yeah.
Maybe hold, like maybe, who knows what the day will bring.
Is the chair still there?
Yeah.
Yes, there's a big dent in it.
Can I use mending to repair it?
You may.
I will. Very cool. We have a workable folding chair.
It's okay. I put the chairs back. I put the legs back in place.
Nice.
Okay. Well, next week we shall reconvene and we'll go from there. The newly leveled up characters. Hope everyone's had a lovely time tonight. Please
Hell
feel free to call me out on Twitter otherwise. And we'll hope to see all of you next week.
All right. Thank you all for.
You can call him out on Twitter if you liked it as well.
Yeah.
Just
And
berate
thank you.
him for how good he is as a jam.
And thank you, Zalma, so much for your generous donations to cause
Give us
pain to all of us. Yes, I very much appreciate it. We all appreciate it here. And thank you all for hanging out. And I hope you've all enjoyed the game tonight. And with that, I think we will end it here. And tune in next week because we'll be back, same
For even
time,
more.
same place. Bye.
Alla Patron.